Masters, and today we're talking about Darth Vader in Fortnite using AI. Ooh. And apparently, Darth Vader is cursing and everything and all that stuff. So, if first off, Disney had a collab with Fortnite for their Battle Pass, and I'll be honest, the Battle Pass is ugly as hell. Only really good character they had was Emperor Palpatine at the end. Little Thunderhand. Anyways, so that's the only good character. The rest of them, they butchered poor Chewie. He looks like one of those dogs when they get their haircuts where their head is like the floofy dogs with their heads all floofy and the body's just like straight up to the fur, like one of those haircuts where it's like shirt to skin. Yeah, it looks really like that. And so, I haven't played that much because I'm like, this new pass is. But apparently, you could recruit Darth Vader if you play Battle Royale mode. Um, this is where you can find him, and this is according to CNET.com. Is that he is in the Samurai Solitude area southwest of the map, and your party can recruit the new Vader who replaces Samurai Vader and have an AI chatbot conversation with him. Oh boy. You know what's one thing I really want to ask Darth Vader? AI, did Disney screw up Star Wars? How it fallen from grace? And then I'm like, oh yeah, how was it killing all those kids in Order 66? All for naught. And then all I can think of is, Luke, I'm your fucking father. And then Luke just be like, no! Anyways, so, as that aside, I think people are asked, like, people be people. They asked him, and this was from the article again, where they asked him about Skibbity Toilet, which is TikTok stuff. I saw it. And you know what? Don't even look up Skibbity Toilet. And it shares thoughts on breasts. This is the internet, so of course they're gonna ask those types of questions. Like, you can't expect the internet to not internet without being the internet. I know that's a word salad, but if you get what I mean, you can't expect the internet to be normal. I know it's coming from someone who is probably a little eccentric themselves. So, yeah. And I don't know if Disney had this in mind, because it's probably like brand damaging. Granted, the brand is already fucking damaged. I don't know what else is gonna just make it worse. I don't think Darth Vader talking about titties is gonna make it any worse. I mean, they flogged that brand to death themselves. But I know the article saying that there were videos up. To be honest, I'm surprised Disney didn't just go copyright them like crazy. Because that's a Disney thing, and that's a Disney difference. They patch it out and asking players to report it, which I don't think players are going to report. They're going to have to figure it out themselves because, they can ask Darth Vader all crazy shit. So that's like the so for the first part of this. The second part is like I online and people are getting mad at the fact that Darth Vader's voice is AI. And okay, here's the issue. I could understand if this was sort of stolen from, let's say, Darth Vader, from the voice actor in Disney. That's where I could be like, okay, you know what? That is totally wrong. But here's the issue. James Earl Jones, who voiced Darth Vader, he signed the rights over for AI to recreate the voice, and this was according to Forbes in September 9, 2024. I feel like it's really hard to argue because the problem is the guy signed the rights over. I mean, we could just do a tailspin about AI forever, but the problem is he signed the rights, and this is what the CNET article, this is the quote where it says, James Earl felt that the Darth Vader voice was an inseparable part from the story of Star Wars. Agreed. I feel like that's as iconic as anything in the series. And he always wanted fans of all ages to continue experiencing the film. He said in a statement, "We hope that the collaboration with Fortnite will allow both long-time fans of Darth Vader and new generations share the enjoyment of this iconic character." And that's the thing. He sold the rights. Um, and I think it's totally iconic because I remember, like in Toys R Us, they had this helmet where it's sort of, where if you spoke into it, it made your voice into Darth Vader. And I feel like Darth Vader is just has his voice as much as iconic as sort of everyone else. I mean, I think so many shows that's before Disney botched it, literally did parodies or had some sort of reference to either Star Wars. Guy did the original trilogy as sort of parodies with the Family Guy characters, and with Darth Vader voice. So I feel like this is really nothing new. It just shows how integral Darth Vader's voice is to the franchise. However, here's the thing: I could understand if it was more of a sneaky stunk way, where Disney sort of snuck the AI clause into contract, where it was like, oh yeah, if you sign this, we'll use your voice for AI, and that's where it's like, that's where I think this where I can understand. I think James Earl Jones, if he signed the contract willfully with no sort of shenanigans going on, I think that's there's nothing I can say about that because like the fam said, he wanted for the generations to enjoy it. To wrap this little one up, and happy gaming, stay healthy, stay hydrated, take care, enjoy your day, night, evening. Bye. Thank you for listening.